Welcome to Sipi Falls. So this is one of Uganda's most captivating tourist attractions and it's located on the slopes of Mount Elgon in Eastern Uganda. So Sipi Falls is located in Kapchorwa district, which is about 5 to 6 hours from Kampala. So the drive is quite long, but it's also very scenic, so you're going to enjoy it, especially as you get closer to the falls because of the winding roads. So the best time for you to visit Sipi Falls is going to be between June to August or December to February, because these are Uganda's dry seasons, and so the trails are going to be safer, the skies are going to be clearer, and the waterfalls are also going to be much stronger. Yeah, but the rainy seasons are also fine. It has its own magic, but you have to just be careful when hiking because the trails are going to be a little bit more slippery. So as you've seen the signpost, there are a couple of precautions you're expected to keep if you're going to have, a good hiking experience. For instance, do not attempt climbing rocks higher than your waist. Avoid the slippery rocks, look out for your children, don't jump into the waterfall. You're supposed to stay on the marked trails and so many other precautions. So Sipi Falls is not just one waterfall, it's actually a 3-in-1. So each of the waterfalls has its own personality and vibe. So the hike generally would take you about 3 to 5 hours depending on the route you decide to go with, as well as the guide and of course the hiking group that you're going along with. So you want to start with the most scenic one, which is the main Sipi Falls. So this one is about 100 meters tall, right? It's the tallest and the most photographed, with of course an incredible viewpoint. So the fall is closest to the main trailhead and is sometimes used as a starting or finishing point. So this main waterfall was about 100 meters long, and to me it was honestly the most beautiful. It was breathtakingly amazing. Like, there's a presence in these waterfalls that is just, I don't know, you can't even explain it. The pictures can't even do it justice. I can't even capture it in a video. Like, some of these things you just have to go out there and really experience nature. It's so beautiful. And you can really understand why, like, back in the day, the gods used to be worshipped like at the waterfalls and the forests, because there's just a presence. There's an amazing presence at this waterfall. So in preparation for your hike, these are some of the things you need to carry if you're going to have a good experience. One, you have to have sturdy hiking shoes. Then of course a refillable water bottle. I also highly recommend snacks or energy bars, because I mentioned this thing is about 3 to 5 hours, so you're going to need some kind of snacks. Then a rain jacket will be highly recommended. Even if it's a dry season, around the waterfall there's a lot of like mist and it's kind of like rain, so it would do you good to have some of those. Sunglasses obviously would be nice. Then a bug repellent and a lot of sunscreen, because if you're coming in the sunny season, dry season, it's so hot, so you're going to need that. Then I also recommend that you carry, of course, your camera, your power bank, a fan, the usual stuff. You could even carry a Bluetooth speaker if you want to. However, I would recommend you just come and enjoy like the nature sounds, the sounds of the water, the birds and all that fun stuff. Yeah, so after this first waterfall, we proceeded to the second one. So after hiking about 30 more minutes, you're going to come across the second waterfall, which is sometimes called the Simo waterfall. So this one is a bit smaller and it's 75 meters high, but it's tucked behind a gorge and surrounded by greenery. So it's very beautiful and very scenic. So right near this trail entrance, there's a small local craft shop that sells handmade African stuff, bracelets, bags, art stuff made by the local women that live in this area. So each piece is unique, and buying directly of course supports the community that lives in this place. Yeah, that's why I recommend you carry some cash as you're coming for the hike, and please get change to make your transaction faster also. So, and for those who love like spiritual, let's say, souvenirs, there's also someone selling crystal stones that are believed to have like healing power, and whether you're into wellness or just curious, it's a lovely part of the Sipi experience. You can buy these stones, and also right by these stones there's also somebody selling fruits. You can stop there, buy a couple of fruits, bananas, passion fruits, mangoes and any other fun stuff if you've not carried your snacks especially. So this second waterfall is tucked behind a gorge and it's surrounded by greenery. It often features a small cave behind the falls, so it's a peaceful and perfect spot for you to stop over, rest, take in the scenery, the sound of water, take a couple of pictures and all that good stuff. So the third and final waterfall is about 85 meters high, and this one is quite interesting. It's literally by the road, like you can literally see it, touch it, and this is where if you've carried a swimsuit you'd be able to change and get into the water, take a couple of pictures that we didn't do. So for those who are super interested like in adventure and other fun stuff like thrills, Sipi Falls also offers abseiling down the main waterfall. So this is the first one that I showed you guys. So it's not for the faint-hearted though, but yeah, it gives you the rush and you're able to have an enjoyable experience. So as I mentioned, this whole experience is about 3 to 5 hours. So chances are high if you started with the first two, by the time you get to the third one, you're going to be so tired, exhausted, feeling hot. And so that's why, you know, if you change it to your swimsuit, you can spend some time cooling off here, you know, taking pictures, or even some people do some swimming here, especially the locals that live in this area. Yeah, you'll find them just chilling and, you know, swimming like usual. So another reason why it's a good idea for you to carry some cash is because there are local guides who are going to be able to carry your stuff. Remember I told you guys you have to have some snacks, some water, you know, and the things you're going to buy at like the local shops. So there are guides who are here, there are locals who you can be able to tip, and then they will help you carry your stuff because they have hiked this trail so many times. And so, you know, it's just good having their support. And so these guides are the ones that can also help you take your pictures and take your videos if you're here by yourself, because sometimes they organize like group hikes, but if you're by yourself, they can also recommend when they're going to do a hike so that you can be able to join in with other people, and then you're able to do like a group hike along with them. Yeah, so yeah, otherwise, yeah, we're able to stop over here, take a couple of pictures, chill, have a good time. You know, it's really, really nice. It's a beautiful spot, and I highly recommend people to go and check it out. You know, it's one of Uganda's most beautiful excursions. So just additional information about Sipi. So Sipi lies in Uganda's Arabica coffee belt. So the farms here produce some of Uganda's best, finest coffee. So you can join like a coffee tour. That's also something you can communicate to the guide and tell him if you're interested in that. So here a local farmer will be able to walk you through the process of like planting, picking and roasting, then sipping. You'll also be able to grind like the beans by hand, roast them over like open fire, drink some coffee right there on the mountain slopes. You know, it's raw, flavorful, and a beautiful connection to the land and the people. So this is a fun activity that you can do along with your friends, your family. You can also come as a couple. You can do this even with your workmates. You can come here like for team building. And even if you're one person, let that not stop you. There are always groups of people organizing excursions, so you can always tag along with them. Yeah, this vlog walks you through everything you need to know for you to have a good experience, from the hiking tips to what you need to carry to the cultural gems and local surprises that you know you can expect along the way. So otherwise, if you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. Please like, comment, and share with other people that you know are planning a trip to Uganda or to Sipi Falls anytime soon. Also, you can leave below any questions you have about this experience, and I'll be able to answer them as soon as I see it. Thank you so much for continuing to support my YouTube channel, and I highly appreciate all of you guys.